So obviously you guys had a little bit of a shakeup in your meeting room this week with Mark Barron leaving. Did that surprise you at all?
After being in this league for 3 years now, like really nothing surprised me. I've seen so many guys come and go that you never expected, and that's part of the business side that we don't get to see, and that's what people upstairs get paid to do.
And Major's going to be stepping into that role. It looks like. What do you think he brings to that position?
I mean, well, he's been in this system for 4, 5, 6 years, so he had like more knowledge in the system than anybody else. So a lot of things that he can do, he can get everybody set up in the right position. Then he's a heck of a football player too.
And for you, you're just Mr. Versatility. I know for a while you were working out with Coach Marmee and the nickel backs, and now it looks like you're back with the safeties. Any idea what the plan is going to be for you going forward? Because Coach has just praised the fact that you've been able to learn so much. I mean, that's a lot of responsibility.
I mean, it's like one of the things I take pride in, and just like knowing what everybody around me does and their responsibility is. So that allows me to I might not like the fine details of stuff, but I know where they're supposed to be or who they're supposed to be guarding. So that makes a big difference for me. But I just really want to do whatever I can to help us get this thing turned around, get another victory.
And from what I've seen watching Coach Smith's system, it seems to me like the nickel does play a little bit more physical, a little bit more like a safety. Would you agree with that?
Well, actually, in this defense, all 11 guys on defense have to be physical. But as far as the traditional roles, a nickel, his physicality is more like a safety than you would typically expect your corners to be.
But you also, at the same time, being a former cornerback at West Virginia, you've got the ball skills as well. So you have quite the combination of skills.
I'm just trying to use whatever I've been blessed with, and any way I can help the team out, I'm trying to do that. Special team, that's really my main role right now. Special team, we're just talking about that over here in the locker room, and just trying to help things get turned around and spark our defense, spark our offense, and get a big play.
Yeah, I mean, I know one of the things you guys have been working on special teams too is just eliminating the big returns and things like that. And how do you think that's going? I know that obviously the Atlanta game, that was really disappointing for you guys, but it seems to me like you guys have made some strides since then in those coverage units.
Yes, we've been focused on that a lot more. Part of the reason was at first we had guys get injured, so then you don't realize somebody on defense get injured, then you take somebody off special teams and put them on defense, so you got a new guy, and you don't have that bond you had with the other person you've been working with all OTAs and all camp. But the main thing, trying to get everybody covering faster, and then just keeping your leverage, and then everything take care of itself.
And Jonathan Casillas was a guy that played on special teams too. He's no longer in the picture. Does that change things a lot for you guys, or is it just next man up?
Next man up. That's the attitude we're having all year on all three phases. And he was one of the guys we were counting on a lot, but we had other guys step up, so keep it going.
And Coach had praised the fact that he said the reason why you were able to play so many positions is because you're a real smart guy. And he told me, he's like, ask him one day about his degree. And so I looked, and it looks like maybe if this football thing doesn't work out, you could be doing a little CSI.
Yeah, actually, when I went to West Virginia, I started in chemical engineering, but it wasn't really what I wanted to do. I like the science more than I like the math part of that. But I was actually better at the math, so it's kind of crazy. But anyway, so I switched to forensic biology, and West Virginia has a real good forensics program, so I got to work in the crime scene labs up there and stuff, and I did an internship, but we actually helped develop a new technique to determine how long somebody's been dead.
A new technique to determine how long someone's been dead. How did you guys manage to do that?
My professor, it was his idea. We was brainstorming and stuff, and I'm not exactly sure how much we can talk about it. I don't know if they patented it or not yet, so you want to give up too many details about the stuff. But
top secret details, just like defensive scheme. I get it.
But basically, we use a pig cadaver, cut the head off and bury it, and we use that to work on our technique.
I'll tell you what, you learn something new every day. So yeah, if you weren't going to be playing football, or when you finally do decide to hang up the cleats, what do you think you're going to be doing?
I definitely want to be investigating crime scenes. I'm not exactly sure if I want to be working for it's a local police, or maybe get into the government, help them out, maybe go overseas. I'm not real sure about that detail, but I just want to be investigating some type of crime scenes.
That's awesome.